everyone, thank you for joining me today. I wanted to try Lifeline's Miraculous Lifesavers. They are like a lemon cookie. I did have issues finding these like sugar nibs, sugar pearls. I couldn't find them in sort of 3 or 4 different supermarkets, and I wasn't gonna keep driving around to each of them just in case I found them. So instead I got something a bit different, but I will show you that later. Perfect, so I've weighed everything out because I feel like my last video I was just weighing everything and it took forever. So we've got a cup of butter that was about 240 grams, the book says. We've got 1.5 cups of sugar. I weighed that and it came out to 250, so I don't know how accurate that is with the cups I have, but we will see what happens. Obviously, like I said previously, the American cup is, you can use the same cup weighing everything, and it should, no matter if you do the recipe again with a different cup, it should come out the same consistency, if that makes sense. Like the variations should all work out the same. We've got our lemon zest and juice here, so I will weigh those out properly when we get to it. We need 3 teaspoons of zest and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Got 1 egg. We've got baking powder. I only need a teaspoon. And then we need 1/4 teaspoon of salt later, and we needed 1/4 cup of pearl sugar. Now this was the thing I had issues with. Pearl sugar, sugar nibs, couldn't find them anywhere, so I got like decorative sugar lemon flavored drops. That was like the closest thing I could find without having to go through every single supermarket. This came out about 13 grams, but as you can see it's not come up to the top, so if you can find something better, definitely use something better than what I have. Perfect, so we're going to begin with combining our butter, sugar and lemon zest. So let's get that one in there. I have very slightly melted the butter like I did last time, just because it says it wants it room temperature and I haven't long got it out of the fridge. Perfect. So we need to add the lemon juice and egg and then continue to mix it until it's combined. So we wanted 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Lovely, and then we're going to add our flour, baking powder and salt. So we wanted 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm not gonna measure the salt, I'm just gonna put some in. It does say to add the flour gradually, but normally I don't have any issues if I just plop it all in one go. Again, this recipe is saying to leave it in the fridge for an hour. I'm not too worried. I think it'll be fine. I'm not going to bother with that stage. We then need to preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit, which I believe is 180. Yeah, 180 Celsius. And then we just need to shape our cookie doughs. It says into walnut sized balls and roll each through the pearl sugar. Obviously I can't really do that with what I have, so I might just kind of press 1 or 2 bits into each cookie just so I can say I've done it. And then we need to bake for 11 to 13 minutes. So I will see you in a minute once I've shaped everything. Perfect, so I've got them all rolled out. Some are slightly bigger than others. It says the mix will make about 40 cookies. I've made 26. Again, I think it's just because some of them are a lot larger. I didn't want to bother too much with the sugar drops, whatever they were, purely for the fact that they just don't look that great compared to that. They don't look that amazing. So I just thought I'll just do a few just so you get a rough idea of what I had to work with. So just as a recap, they're going in the oven for 11 to 13 minutes at 180, which is 350 Fahrenheit. I will say as well, the mixture was a little bit dry, so I just put in what was left of the lemon juice just to help it come together a bit better. I think again that's down to the translation of cups between the utensils I have, so I may next time just try using an actual cup rather than the cup measures I do have and see how that works. But yeah, I will see you in 11 to 13 minutes. Perfect, so they went in for about 13 to 15 actually. It said to put them in until they were lightly golden, and yeah, they're not bad. They're not like overwhelming, I think maybe because they are missing that sugar. They do taste like lemon, which is good. But yeah, I maybe personally wouldn't overly recommend it. Like, it's a nice thing to try. And obviously, if you can get the right stuff, I don't know if it's just a thing in the UK or if I have to go to some fancy shop, but I didn't really want to. But yeah, they were all right, really. And they didn't do too bad with kind of getting stuck together. There's only like 1 or 2. So yeah, let me know what you think. As always, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.